What's up, everyone, and welcome back to channel. We've got a loaded news episode today with controversy, heated rivalries, leaked messages, fighter pay drama, and major updates across the UFC. Let's jump straight into it. Dana White responds to Justin Gaethje's fighter pay comments. We start with one of the biggest stories in the MMA world right now. Justin Gaethje versus the UFC off the cage. Yesterday, Gaethje publicly criticized fighter pay, claiming that compensation did not improve following the new Paramount broadcast deal. That statement immediately sparked reactions across the MMA community. Dana White didn't wait long to respond. While appearing on the Pat McAfee show, Dana addressed Gaethje's comments directly. According to Dana, the situation isn't what it appears to be. He claimed that Gaethje was actually offered more money, but that neither he nor his management ever responded to the offer. Dana explained that the UFC used advanced analytics to structure compensation packages that closely mirror pay-per-view earnings, suggesting the system is more refined than ever. He strongly implied that the breakdown in communication came from Gaethje's side, not the UFC's. That statement alone sent shockwaves through the MMA world. Ariel Helwani reacts to Dana's claim. Soon after Dana's comments made the rounds, Ariel Helwani weighed in, and his reaction summed up what many fans were thinking. Ariel pointed out how bizarre the situation sounds. According to him, we now have two completely different versions of the story. On one side, a headliner claims his pay didn't improve. On the other, the UFC president claims that same fighter ignored a better offer entirely. Helwani made it clear that he wasn't accusing anyone of lying, but said if Dana's version is true, then it would represent a serious mistake by Gaethje's management team. At the same time, Ariel admitted that he finds it extremely difficult to believe that a top-level fighter would simply ignore a pay offer without any response. That uncertainty has only added more fuel to an already confusing situation. Leaked messages add another layer to the Gaethje pay drama. As if things weren't already messy, the story took another turn when Ali Aquinta shared what he claimed were screenshots of past messages between himself and Gaethje. The conversation appeared to show both fighters discussing the idea of working together to negotiate higher pay from the UFC. The messages suggested that Iaquinta was encouraging Gaethje to stand firm during negotiations, arguing that if fighters united, they could force better deals. The exchange also appeared to reveal frustration on both sides, disagreements about strategy, negotiation tactics, and how far each was willing to push. While the authenticity of the messages hasn't been independently confirmed, the screenshots added yet another layer of complexity to the ongoing debate about fighter pay, management, and negotiation dynamics behind the scenes. Gaethje confronts Daniel Cormier over pay comments. The tension didn't stop there. During a media exchange, Gaethje confronted Daniel Cormier directly over comments DC previously made suggesting that fighter pay had improved after the new deal. Gaethje accused Cormier of misrepresenting the reality fighters are experiencing. DC pushed back, saying he never claimed every fighter benefited equally and emphasized that he doesn't even receive payment for certain media work he does around the sport. The exchange became uncomfortable quickly, with both men clearly frustrated. While it didn't escalate into outright hostility, the disagreement exposed a growing divide between fighters, media voices, and the UFC regarding transparency and compensation. Interestingly, later during a press event, Gaethje declined to answer further questions about the controversy while Dana White was present, saying he wanted to focus strictly on fighting. That alone raised eyebrows. Sean Strickland responds to fallout with Chris Curtis. Next story, the friendship between Sean Strickland and Chris Curtis has hit turbulence after a controversial gym incident went public. A recently released video showed Curtis expressing serious frustration over Strickland inviting Kyle Rittenhouse to train at their gym. Curtis made it clear that he felt disrespected and emotionally affected by the decision, especially given the gym's importance to him personally. The exchange between them was emotional, raw, and uncomfortable to watch. Following the backlash, Strickland took to social media to clarify his stance. He acknowledged that he didn't anticipate Curtis would react so strongly, but emphasized that Curtis is someone he respects deeply. While Strickland didn't exactly issue a formal apology, he did express understanding and suggested that politics and media narratives often poison relationships unnecessarily. Many fans are now hoping the two longtime teammates can work through the situation without it becoming a lasting rift. Robert Whittaker seriously considering a move to light heavyweight. Now to a major career update. Former middleweight champion Robert Whittaker has confirmed that he's seriously considering moving up to the light heavyweight division. Speaking on Main Event TV, Whitaker explained that the weight cut to 185 has become increasingly difficult over time. He pushed back against the idea that he's too small for 205, noting that the strain of cutting down is more significant than fans might realize. He also mentioned that seeing fighters like Paulo Costa make the jump has further encouraged him to explore the move. If Whitaker does move up, it could dramatically reshape the landscape of the light heavyweight division. Sean Strickland says Alex Pereira looks ready for heavyweight. Staying with Sean Strickland, he recently paid a visit to light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira and came away stunned. Strickland said Pereira looks absolutely massive right now, suggesting that the champion may be physically preparing for a future move to heavyweight. He joked that Pereira is starting to resemble a true heavyweight already. Fans have begun speculating whether Pereira could eventually chase a third divisional title, which would place him in unprecedented territory. New UFC fights officially announced. Now for some confirmed matchmaking news. Featherweights Eric Silva and Francis Marshall are scheduled to face off at the UFC's February 28 event in Mexico City. Both fighters are looking to rebound and reestablish momentum in the division. Meanwhile, lightweights Chase Hooper and Lance Gibson Jr. will clash at the UFC's March 28 event in Seattle. Hooper is aiming to recover after his recent setback, while Gibson Jr. continues his push to establish himself on the roster. In addition, two veteran names are set to meet in a wrestling bout under the Real American Freestyle banner. Chad Mendes versus Benson Henderson contested at middleweight. It's a unique matchup that blends nostalgia with competitive intrigue. Dana White confirms Chandler versus McGregor is dead. Another major update came directly from Dana White. While again appearing on the Pat McAfee show, Dana confirmed that the long-discussed fight between Michael Chandler and Conor McGregor is officially no longer happening. The UFC has moved on. However, Dana also revealed that McGregor is still in the mix for a future high-profile event, including potentially the rumored White House card. McGregor himself has continued teasing fans by posting promotional-style content, suggesting he wants to be part of that historic event. Meanwhile, many are questioning how long Chandler will continue waiting for a fight that may never come. Paddy Pimblett responds to vaping backlash. Back to Paddy Pimblett, who found himself in hot water after fans noticed him vaping in a recent gym video. Concerned fans questioned how vaping might affect his cardio, especially with a potential 5-round war approaching. Paddy, however, quickly dismissed the concern. In an interview, he explained that he uses a CBD vape to help control appetite and manage cravings, especially during weight cuts. He claimed his weight is actually in better shape than it's ever been at this stage of camp, and joked that maybe the vape is helping more than hurting. Not everyone is convinced, but Paddy seems unbothered by the criticism. Paddy goes after Dustin Poirier. Gaethje fires back. Paddy's comments didn't stop there. During another interview, he took aim at Dustin Poirier, criticizing fighters who announce retirement fights before their final bout. Paddy suggested that doing so creates unnecessary pressure and damages legacy if the performance doesn't live up to expectations. Those comments didn't sit well with Justin Gaethje. Gaethje publicly defended Poirier, accusing Paddy of disrespecting established legends of the sport. He warned that Paddy's confidence could come back to haunt him and promised to make a statement inside the cage. The verbal exchanges between these two are only intensifying. Arman Tsarukyan fires back at Paddy Pimblett. As if one rivalry wasn't enough, Paddy is also still feuding with Arman Tsarukyan. After fans mocked Paddy's posture during a recent face-off, Arman posted a meme online poking fun at the moment. Paddy responded by accusing Arman of copying his social media behavior and lacking originality. Arman's response? Short, simple, and savage, cry me a river. Interestingly, during their second face-off, Paddy made sure to fix his posture, even earning a joke from Gaethje, who noted that Paddy suddenly appeared taller. The psychological warfare is clearly in full effect. And that brings us to the end of today's MMA Zone episode. From fighter pay drama and leaked messages, to broken friendships, to future title challengers, to non-stop Paddy Pimblett chaos. The MMA world stays unpredictable. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. We'll see you tomorrow.